It's Popples. Viral news and trending stories.
At the height of their careers, everything was falling into place. Then, everything fell apart. From Miles Bridges to Jackson Hayes to Jabari Bird, each story is different, but the ending feels hauntingly familiar. And the next one, it makes the others feel almost tame. Jackson Hayes, a rising star. Drafted 8th overall in 2019, Hayes entered the NBA with elite athleticism, sky-high dunks, and limitless upside. A raw talent, but one scouts believed could become special. He wasn't dominant, but he was improving. A rim runner, a shot blocker, a role player trending upward. Then came 2021, an incident in Los Angeles, a dispute with his girlfriend. Police reports alleged he pushed her, restrained her, and prevented her from leaving. A misdemeanor charge, false imprisonment. At first, the story faded, no major headlines, no lasting outrage, until years later when the video surfaced. Footage that appeared to show Hayes shoving, spitting, and physically blocking the woman. The reaction was immediate. The NBA reopened its investigation. Public backlash exploded. Hayes pled no contest. Probation followed. And while he stayed in the league, his future changed forever. Once a lottery pick with promise, now a short-term gamble, a reclamation project, on and off the court. For some players, one incident damages a reputation. For others, it ends everything. Jabari Bird, a second-round pick in 2017, a young wing for the Boston Celtics. Not a star, but a worker. Defensive flashes, athletic scoring, a future role player on a playoff team. Then, 2018, a domestic disturbance call in downtown Boston. Prosecutors described a nightmare, allegations of choking until unconsciousness, repeated kicks, preventing escape. Police reported visible injuries. The victim was hospitalized. Boston didn't hesitate. Bird's contract offer was rescinded immediately. He pleaded not guilty, maintained his innocence, but the damage was done. No teams called, no second chances came. One day he was in the NBA, the next, his career was over, forever. But what happens when it's not just one incident? What happens when accusations stack up? Bryn Forbes, undrafted, overlooked, relentless. He earned his place the hard way, with shooting. Spurs, Bucks, Nuggets. And in 2021, he helped Milwaukee win a championship. A ring, respect, job security. Then came 2023, an arrest in San Antonio, alleged assault, bodily injury. The charge was dismissed after intervention, a warning shot. Then came 2024, another arrest, family violence, strangulation allegations. This time, teams paid attention. The pattern was impossible to ignore. The phone stopped ringing. Then there are cases that cross an even darker line when a child is present. DeAndre Liggins, a defensive specialist known for guarding stars, Thunder, Cavaliers, Heat. In 2013, he was arrested. Domestic assault, a dangerous weapon, and most disturbing of all, a child was reportedly present. Liggins denied the allegations, but denial wasn't enough. The arrest followed him everywhere. Short contracts, no security, no trust. His career never fully recovered. When accusations don't stop, they become a reputation. Eric Bledsoe, all defense, playoff starter, respected veteran. Speed, power, production. But over the years, arrests piled up. Multiple incidents, repeated calls, visible injuries reported. No conviction, no courtroom verdict, but the pattern spoke loudly. And eventually, the league listened. Despite his talent, his NBA career quietly ended. No announcement, no farewell tour, just silence. And then there's Zion Williamson. Zion, The hype was historic. First overall pick, generational athlete, box office must-see TV. When healthy, unstoppable. Then, in 2025, everything changed. A civil lawsuit, allegations of violence, control, and abuse spanning years. Zion denied everything, filed a countersuit. No criminal charges yet. The case is ongoing, and for now, these remain allegations. But perception doesn't wait for verdicts. The uncertainty hangs heavy, especially for a star already battling injuries. Legacy in question, future unclear. Sometimes it's one moment, sometimes it's a pattern, but in the NBA, off-court decisions can erase everything on the court. And for some players, the fall is louder than the rise. Ty Lawson. At his peak in Denver, Ty Lawson was electric, one of the fastest point guards in the league, a blur in transition, a nightmare in the pick and roll. 17 points, 9 assists, night after night. Borderline all-star, a franchise engine. Then, in 2014, the momentum slowed. A domestic disturbance call. Lawson and his girlfriend both arrested. Police described a volatile argument, yelling, property damage, alleged physical contact. Lawson denied assault. Authorities later labeled it mutual. No lasting conviction, no immediate end. But the concerns didn't disappear. They piled up. Substance abuse struggles, off-court instability, a growing sense that teams couldn't rely on him. The domestic case alone didn't end his career, but it added to a pattern teams couldn't ignore. Eventually, the NBA moved on. Lawson didn't. He continued playing overseas, far from the spotlight he once commanded. Many cases exist in gray areas, allegations, denials, uncertainty, but one case stands apart because there was no ambiguity. Jeffrey Taylor, drafted in 2012 by Charlotte, a defensive forward, an energy guy, not a star, but a role. In 2014, Taylor was arrested after a domestic incident. What followed was rare. He pleaded guilty, no prolonged fight, no public denial, an admission and acceptance. The consequences were severe. Court-mandated penalties, and one of the harshest NBA suspensions at the time, 24 games. The league sent a message. This case became a benchmark. Clear wrongdoing, clear punishment. Taylor returned, but his career never recovered. Soon after, he was gone from the NBA, playing overseas, out of the spotlight. Our next case took an even stranger turn, one that no one saw coming. Darren Collison, reliable, efficient, professional. Coaches loved him. A steady point guard for Indiana and Sacramento. Not flashy, but trusted. In 2019, everything changed. Collison was arrested after his wife accused him of domestic violence. Unlike others, he didn't fight the charge. He pleaded guilty, accepted responsibility. The NBA suspended him 8 games. Then came the shock. Collison retired. Immediately. He cited religious reasons, a desire to step away from the game. The timing raised questions. Was basketball really the reason? Or was it something more? Collison later tried to return. Teams weren't convinced. The narrative had changed. His career was no longer defined by consistency, but by controversy. And as troubling as these stories are, girlfriends aren't the only victims. The final case proves that. Miles Bridges. He was next. By every measure, Miles Bridges stood on the edge of superstardom. Drafted in 2018 by Charlotte, a first-round pick out of Michigan State. Explosive, violent athleticism, dunks that shook arenas. Season after season, he evolved. Better shooting, more responsibility, more trust. By 2021-22, the breakout was undeniable. over 20 points per game, a centerpiece of Charlotte's rebuild. Free agency loomed, and with it, a near-max contract. Analysts said it openly. Future All-Star, franchise cornerstone. Then came June 2022. Everything collapsed. Bridges was arrested in Los Angeles on felony domestic violence charges. According to police and court filings, he allegedly assaulted his wife, the mother of his children. Prosecutors alleged choking, punching, slamming her during an argument that spiraled out of control. What shocked the public even more came next. Photos. His wife posted images online, bruising around her neck, a concussion diagnosis, a fractured nasal bone. She also alleged the incident happened in front of their children. Prosecutors charged Bridges with injuring the parent of a child and 2 counts of child abuse. At first, Bridges pleaded not guilty. Later, he accepted a plea agreement, probation, mandatory counseling, community service. But the damage was already done. The timing was catastrophic. Instead of signing a massive contract, Bridges went unsigned for an entire season. The NBA suspended him 30 games, much of it applied retroactively. Charlotte distanced itself. Sponsors disappeared. Millions lost. Trust shattered. A reputation forever altered. Even after returning to the court, the shadow followed him, because some moments don't fade. They define everything that comes after.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.